Hello, I'm Tori Jenkins. I'm the convener of Save Our Sacred Lands campaign, which is an intersectional campaign of environmental activists, social justice activists and organizations, and in particular, indigenous leaders of the San and Khoi communities. Our message today is about Amazon and the role of giant tech. Our message is for us to really begin to put as much pressure in terms of being able to make tangible the seemingly intangible enemy of giant tech. As the Palestinian rapporteur, the United Nations Palestinian rapporteur has said in her recent release that the role of genocidal tech is now completely undisputed. Entities like Google, Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, these are entities that are running the automated weaponry systems that have been responsible for the making of Gaza into a Palestinian laboratory, where these automated weaponry systems have been basically described by IOF officials that are operating them as assassination factories. This unprecedented scale of mass targeted killings of civilians in ways that are completely outnumbering anything that we've experienced in history and also in the history of militarization itself is due to the role of AI. And entities like Amazon and Amazon Web Services need to be vigorously attacked and challenged insofar as their gross violations against humanity, and in particular, their direct role in the genocide of Palestinians. In our case here in South Africa, Amazon Web Services has also put their African headquarters on top of a sacred terrain that is very, very historic to the collective history of South Africa. It is where battles against the Portuguese took place in 1510, where the encounters between Europeans and Africans occurred for the first time militarily, where the Portuguese were defeated in 1510. It's also where the largest company, first commercial company on earth, the Dutch East India Company, took interest on that terrain in 1657. And it was the Dutch East India Company that was responsible for the deployment of Roman Dutch law that was used to legitimize the theft of indigenous land. And following that came the genocide of the San and Khoi, which is also a very painful part of our history as South Africans, and also an issue of the fact that this has not been adequately recognized. So as progressive San and Khoi communities and indigenous communities that are hand in hand with the Palestinian struggle, our message to you is that your history is our history. The same framework of coloniality, of white settler and supremacist forms of domination, occupation, dispossession, cultural erasure, forced removals and apartheid is what our ancestors have gone through. And also in terms of how in today's South Africa, the descendants are also reeling from the effects of apartheid spatial planning. And for us, it's important for us to draw the similarities in terms of apartheid spatial planning insofar as how our countries have shared this kind of architectural technology, a kind of technology which allows a small white minority to dominate militarily and spatially against the majority, and in particular to try and wipe out the rightful owners of the land.